This is the most important quest. It is not a question, it is a quest. It should be from every seeker's, it should be in every seeker's mind and heart, that how beautifully and gracefully we should depart from this world. When we were born, we were unconscious. We could not choose our time of birth or place of birth or parents, everything, the nature, natural force, natural law, forced us to born on some certain day. And when we were born, we were crying. Every child is crying. Maybe parents are happy. Now many parents are not happy now because the family, sometimes family planning fails and the child is born. No? I tell you a joke, no? First I tell you a joke. A child was born in a hospital, but mother was not looked very happy. So doctor asked her that why you are not happy? You have given birth to a boy, and do you want a girl? So that's why you are not happy? The wife said, no, I don't want it boy or girl. I was taking shower and I was naked. I just wanted a towel. My husband entered and looked at this boy. So that time children are also born, no? Otherwise, in the early days, the parents would be very happy when child is born, but children were crying. Most of the children were crying because everything was unconscious, and it was painful to come into this world. Even the first moment when we come out of the mother wombs, no, it was very painful. Whole experience was very painful. And as Buddha said, that life is miserable. As long as we are in physical body and we are unconscious, we create our own misery. And ultimate test of life is bitter. It's not sweet. But one thing is our hand, that is our death. No? The birth was unconscious, we could not choose. But death, yes, it is in our hand. We can have a graceful departure. And at the time of birth, we were crying, children as a child, but at the time of death, we can be laughing, smiling. Because we are going on a final holiday, final rest from this troubled world, no? So if we know the art of dying, if we learn the art of dying, death is the most beautiful experience. When you are tired of the day and you go to sleep, how refreshing the experience of sleep, no? When you sleep for 7 hours and wake up in the morning, you are so fresh. So life makes everybody tired, and death is a long, long sleep. And after a few years, you will be born, if you are not enlightened, you will be born again fresh in second round, no? And second round, maybe if you are meditating in this life, you will be conscious. You will have a better life, better quality of life. Bhagwan has said that at the time, because Bhagwan said that I don't want to interfere in your life much. And you will not allow also to interfere, because your ego and your mind. That's why Master has to wait. The real work of Master happens when you sleep. When you sleep, your ego goes into rest. Your conscious mind goes into the rest. And it does not create trouble for Master to work. So, after years of my experience, what I have learned that the real work of Master is done when we don't prevent it. When we allow him to do. And that is when you sleep. When you are in sleep, your ego is at rest, your conscious mind, discriminating mind is at rest. Your unconscious mind is more innocent. It's not that clever. It's more naturally innocent. So the real work of a master happens when you sleep. And I know that Bhagwan works on us, most of us who wear mala and who have a trust on Osho. That's why mala is very necessary. As some people remove the mala when they go to sleep. I have seen some people, they think that mala will disturb their sleep, so they remove the mala at the time of sleep. That is the time when mala should be with you. But that makes, Bhagwan has said that when I will leave my body, your mala will allow me a safe landing. Otherwise, where I will find you? How to search you? So your mala is like a SIM card. No? It makes me easy to detect you, find you. So mala should be there when you sleep. And most of the work Osho is done when your ego is at rest. No. We don't know, we think that we are very clever and we know everything. And so that's the human disease. That's a human disease and very infectious disease. If you meet an egoist person, he will infect ego in you. No? So your ego and your mind does not allow anything beautiful to happen in your life. Even egoist people don't fall in love. No? Because in love you have to surrender to somebody. And for egoist people, it is they want sex, but they are very afraid of love. Because in love, you have to surrender your ego. So, Master work upon you when you don't resist. Your mind resists. Your mind thinks. Every mind thinks that it is the most clever mind in the world. No? It is a human universal disease. Every mind thinks that I know better than others. So ego is only problem in this world is ego. And that when the ego goes into the rest, then Master can work upon you. So on sleep he works. At the time of death, Bhagwan has said that time your ego will become little bit sober, because you know that now you cannot hold your body, you cannot save your bank balance or your car or your home, everything is going out of your hand. No? At the time of death is a very dramatic moment. Even just last 1 minute of death is very, very important and very dramatic. So when you are losing everything, in spite of your ego, you cannot hold anything. So that time, you can drop your ego. And the Master is waiting for that moment. So he can work upon you. So Bhagwan has said that at the time of death, I will come to give you last push. I have experienced dozens of sannyasi dying, including my own mother and father, they were sannyasi, and I have witnessed many sannyasi dying, and I have felt very strong presence of Osho at the time of any sannyasi dying. Any sannyasi means who has trust on Osho, no? If you have taken sannyas and thrown away your mala and don't meditate, then it won't happen. But sannyasi means who still trust Osho, who love Osho, who wear his mala, who do some sort of meditation. Them only I call sannyasi. Nowadays, the new fashion, Pune has started that you find your own name in computer, and Peter becomes not, nowadays they say that no Swami, no, just Peter, and just bless yourself and become a sannyasi. So that type of sannyasi, I don't know what will happen in the future. But anybody who really trusts Bhagwan and love Bhagwan, Bhagwan said that I will come to give you last push. And Bhagwan has said that many of my sannyasi will become enlightened at the time of death. I tell you, Swami, 90% enlightenment happened more than 90%. Enlightenment happened at the time of death. That's why we don't know the people who have become enlightened at the time of death, because after death they disappear and they cannot, in physical world they cannot help. They help. After leaving their body, they help the society and the world, but we can't recognize their help because 90% enlightenment happens at the time of death, because the time of death, your ego melts, it feels helpless. Otherwise, your ego is so big that you don't allow even your master to work upon you. So, Bhagwan comes to give last push. And Bhagwan has said that most of my sannyasi who will become enlightened at the time of death, which is very natural. It has been happened since Buddha time and before Buddha time. No? The sannyasi becomes enlightened. 90% enlightenment happens at the time of death, because that time your ego becomes a little bit diluted ego. No? So enlightenment becomes possible. And Bhagwan said that I will try to give them last push. But if you don't trust me, that he has said, that if you don't trust me in life, at the time of death when I will come to hold your hand, you will also not trust me. The trust should happen when you are conscious. If you are in conscious lifetime, you hold my hand, you trust me, then at the time of death when I will try to hold your hand, then you will trust me. Otherwise, the trust will not happen. So you should trust and love in life. Then only you will accept my support. Otherwise, you will not hold my hand. That's what Bhagwan has said. So he said that many of my sannyasi will become enlightened at the time of death, and it has happened. Bhagwan's own father, first sannyasi, Bimal Kirti, and many more sannyasi. We don't know. They become enlightened at the time of death.